Really, I'm hood rich. I'm really a star. I can't wait to be famous. 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 Really, I'm hood rich. I'm really a star. I can't wait to be famous.
Really, I'm haunted. I'm haunted by hundreds.
Let's keep it 100. You got. What up, though? It's your boy Common Sense, man. And we already know that common sense isn't common. All right, look, so today, man, we got Wallstreet Trapper and TD Jakes. All right. Now, this is Trapping Tuesdays. You feel me? With Wallstreet Trapper. It's Wallstreet Trapper show. But he did something a little different and had a guest on the show. And the guest that he had on today was TD Jakes. Now, I like bringing conversations to y'all, exposing certain content creators' conversations to y'all, because these are the things that inspires me. You feel me? These are the things that I listen to throughout my day. And when I feel like it's something good, I bring it to the people. You feel me? And that's just how I do. Like I don't really have one subject that I talk about. Like I told you at the beginning of my first videos or whatever, man, I'm gonna be everywhere with it. You feel me? But today, man, we got TD Jakes and Wallstreet Trapper with a great interview that I feel like a lot of people probably need to hear. You feel me? I'm your boy Common Sense. Like the video. Liking the video is more important to the YouTube algorithm these days. Subscribe to the boy if you're feeling the content. It's a reaction. Let's go.
About investing, we're gonna get back to talking about stocks. We're gonna get back to doing all that.
All right, look, first off, man, shout out to Wallstreet Trapper. Shout out to Chris Sane. Shout out to Keenan Grace. Shout out to Uncle Larry. Shout out to Stock Mo. Stocks with Josh. Them guys, man, is who I would give credit to for my stock journey, investing journey, earn your leisure. It's a bunch of people out there, man, that I feel like has inspired me, that has motivated me to start investing in my money. Now, it's a journey for sure, because I'll be messing with the stocks and I'll be trying to do the options. It's a journey for sure. When I first was going to do this video, man, I was going to post some pictures up that I took discovering a chart pattern that I kind of saw developing at the beginning. You feel me? But I ain't going to do all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just leave it how it is, do what it do. You know what I mean? But shout out to them guys, man, because if it wasn't for YouTube and it wasn't for these people like Wallstreet Trapper, people that I can relate to, I probably would never got into the stock market, bro.
But what we won't do tonight is we won't bring in somebody that's amazing. We won't bring in somebody that's phenomenal, somebody that has definitely changed my life for the better.
He clearly was giving TD Jakes the utmost respect.
Talking about the stock market, not when it just comes to changing your life,
which is a good thing,
spiritually, financially. We definitely want to bring in, man. Jose, I'm a little like, I feel good about this, right? But we in the middle of the show, Trapping Tuesdays. We had a little technical difficulty just now. And it's crazy that we had that technical difficulty right before this. If y'all are on Trapping Tuesdays, y'all come into the show because it's going to be amazing. The quality going to be phenomenal, the way that you see it. And we're going to see it from a different level. I think for me on my journey, as I take a little minute, for me on my journey, I've always seeked guidance. I've always seeked growth.
I like that beat, man.
What we gonna do tonight, we gonna bring somebody special in. We're gonna bring somebody phenomenal in.
That give it a
so
great
tonight,
vibe.
Bishop, how you doing?
I'm great, man. How are you?
I am amazing. So what I want to do, I want to give you the proper introduction that you need, right? So I have the privilege and the honor of introducing you to someone who needs no introduction, a powerhouse of a man who has both changed the game, not just in the spiritual world, not just getting us right spiritually, but also financially.
I'm telling y'all, man, this conversation right here is a great one. And a lot of people need to hear this conversation, man. Again, like the video and subscribe to the boy, man, if you're feeling the content. Famous Folks TV.
From entrepreneurship to showing us what fatherhood looks like, husbandry looks like, to showing us what manhood looks like, how to overcome adversity and still stay true to yourself. Bishop, we want to just tell you thank you for joining us tonight. The one, the only Bishop T.D. Jakes, the man of the Potter's House. His wisdom transcends and touches us all in so many different ways. So tonight, I just want to tell you thank you, and we are honored to have you tonight. Right? You said something, though, that I love, because you said that we got to go from hustle to harvest. That's so pivotal and iconic.
That's
just
the title
that,
of this video, Hustle to Harvest.
Too many times, I wrote this down, and I'm glad you said that. Too many times we get taught about the promise of entrepreneurship and not the processes that come with entrepreneurship, the systems, right? And I think that this is a reason why so many people fail in entrepreneurship, because they get sold on how great it is, but they never have the documentation that takes us to the next level. And so I know that with so many opportunities at Good Soil, we're going to get to learn those processes along the way too, from some of those teachers and some of the speakers that you have given us. How important is it for you to have processes? Because I always think that the promise is a byproduct of the processes that we have persevered through.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, particularly in business.
So listen, man. It's no better feeling, man, on watching somebody that you feel like you can relate to, ask questions that you feel like you would ask, or ask questions that you feel like you would ask. Guys like Wallstreet Trapper has, I feel like, been promoting that being cool is being smart, being wise, creating generational wealth, all while being cool. You feel me? Being cool, they have showed that investing, being smart, having intelligence, reading books and stuff like that is cool. You feel me? And when I see these conversations, man, these type of conversations right here is what makes my soul happy. I watch these interviews in bliss, excited about learning, just about hearing somebody having a productive conversation. Because where I'm from, you really can't have too many of them. You can't. I always say I really can't go there with too many people. Now I have my folks that I can go there with, but for the most part, it's not with a lot of people. And so YouTube, man, I feel like closes the gap and bring like-minded folks together. Or I guess I like it because it gives me the opportunity to control what I consume. For real, for real.
You don't really manage people. You lead people. You manage processes. And a lot of people are trying to manage people. People don't like to be managed. You want to manage the process. If you get the process right, the people might be people go, they move, they die, they get sick, they get pregnant, they do all kinds of stuff. But when I look at your own life and your own story, you transformed your life by equipping yourself with knowledge. The Bible says, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. Businesses perish for the lack of knowledge. And so it's not about trying to make you rich. It's about trying to make you able to send your kids to the college of their choice. It's about being able to help people who are downtrodden without destroying yourself. It's about being able to take a vacation and spend some quality time. And the leading cause of divorce is over finances. So it affects every area of your life. And then we have to understand it.
So look, man, I feel like everything he just named is a fact, but I also feel like it's subjective. Like he said, the process. You know what I'm saying? Understand that you have to manage the process. You feel what I'm saying? But everything he's naming off far as like the whole vacations and all that as like a success, a route to somewhere that you trying to get to, or a process of steps you might be trying to get to, or whatever the end goal is. It's all up to you. It don't have to be those things that he named. It can be something totally different on just paying your bills, being in the mindset of where you got some stuff going on to where paying your bills is nothing. Your basics is nothing. And I only say that because there's some people that's way behind, and not close to no traveling type shit. You feel me? But your success at the end of the day is your success. And somebody else cannot say that you're not successful if you feel like what you set out to do, you accomplished. You feel me? Your goals was accomplished. Your success is your success at the end of the day. Nobody else's. If you happy with that and genuinely happy, can't nobody tell you nothing. And the process, it's a process to get to every goal that you're trying to get to. That's powerful right there.
We have been trained, both at the school and at home and in community, that the best thing you can hope for is go to school, go to college, run up a big debt, get a job, spend the rest of your life trying to pay it off, never realizing that nobody hires you to make you wealthy.
Facts.
They hire you to make them wealthy. So it is impossible for people who came to this country as a product that were owned to get through their brain ownership. So you see, we're just a few generations from being property. And now we have come to a point of ownership. And it's not about capital alone. It's about...
Listen, man. Dude, TD Jakes is dropping gems. This right here is powerful, bro, because it looks and feels as if this is the younger generation talking to the older generation. The young mind getting game from the old mind. And the old mind is giving the game up to the young mind with no problem. And he's giving them the right game. Listen, man, it's a book called that I read called Outwitting the Devil. And anyways, it was I think Napoleon Hill wrote the book because I read it a minute ago. But he was pretty much the book was about him having a conversation with the devil, and he was pretty much asking the devil any question that he wanted to ask him. And one of the questions that he asked the devil was damn, I kind of forgot where I was going. Oh, do he like the Rothschilds family or something like that? And he said no. He hate the Rothschild family. Now, I thought that was crazy because I would have thought that the Rothschild family, you know what I'm saying, you know, they be mentioned in the Illuminati and all that type of stuff. So I would have thought that they would have been a family where the devil probably liked. But he said no. And one of the reasons why he didn't like them is because he felt that I guess they had something to do with trains or something like that. The ability to hop on a train and to get to a family member that might be in Texas if you was coming from Michigan or something made the world closer. It made the world closer. It was giving you the ability to be on one end of the world and get to the other end of the world. And he felt like it went against, the devil felt like it went against his plan, because if it's separation, he can do more damage. He can't do that much damage if you have the ability to pick up the phone and call somebody and get in contact with somebody across the world, or hop on a train or hop on a plane or get in the car to go to somebody across the world. This FaceTime thing, man, like I said, it allows somebody to be in the same place as you at the same time, or y'all to see face to face, like y'all in the same, and like y'all in each other's presence. That's powerful. The young mind is getting gained from the old mind, like a face to face conversation. And then the YouTube is allowing it to put it in our face, making, like I said before, like-minded people come into contact with like-minded people. The devil hate that. This is powerful. And this is why I wanted to bring this to y'all.
Mentality. But when you have been bought and sold, it affects the way you think. It affects your self-esteem. It affects what you want out of life. It affects what you ask for. You're trying to negotiate a raise when you are be negotiating a business. To own it is something that's not in our purview. We struggle with it about housing. We struggle with it about businesses. We struggle with it about every area of our lives.
Yeah.
We are the nation's leading consumers and investors. And even though that's starting to change, it has not. The digital is so pervasive, almost rivaling what it was back in the 60s. And so we have to get a different mindset about owning and negotiating from a position of strength, even if you have to own through partnership.
Yeah.
I like that.
Even if you have to own through partnership.
I like that, because
That's another
when I think
bomb.
about, you said somehow we are the biggest consumers, and you said that it's growing. I also realized, I talked about this earlier, of us being anchored to our limitations. And those limitations a lot of times come from lack of experience and lack of exposure. And so I thought about us having insufficient knowledge, and kind of like a bank, if you have insufficient money in the bank, you can't withdraw anything, right? So if we have insufficient knowledge and insufficient experience, that is one of the reasons why we have insufficient success. And so I just want to say how important that is for Good Soil, for being in an area, for being in an environment, for being in an incubator that can give us some experience, that can give us knowledge, so we can be around people who have that success. And I think about something you said, but I want to reword it and rephrase it. A while back, I heard you say that God took Moses from Egypt, and when he was in the desert, he was preparing Moses to bring the Hebrews back through the desert, right? He was preparing them. And I thought about that, and I thought about he was the right teacher, because most time in entrepreneurship, we have now people teaching from theory and not from practicality.
Yeah.
There was no way they could have made it through the desert without the practicality of Moses already being through it.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about that? Because I heard you once say that you were born between two dead babies. And that's amazing for me, because you were surrounded by death, but yet you blossomed to be one of the most iconic people of our time. How is that possible? And how can we look at that and say, yo, I need to be in Good Soil because I can also blossom into something amazing as well?
You know, throughout the scriptures, redemption always comes from one from among you. If you can't relate to your teacher, you can't relate to the teaching. And so often,
If you can't relate to the teacher, you can't relate to the teaching. That's a bar, a real bar that somebody can use in the rap for real. Again, man, like-minded people being able to come into contact. Now, Wallstreet Trapper, is a guy that seemed like he had a back. Ain't no scene that does have a background that people would consider a street guy, a hood guy, right? Wallstreet Trapper can communicate knowledge that's worth having, far as like investing, to groups of people that normally probably wouldn't hear nothing about no stocks or investing and none of that, because that person usually didn't speak that language or they language. You feel me? But relating, if you can't relate to the teaching, you're not gonna be able to relate or learn the teaching. That's a bar.
You have to have gone through a desert to lead me through a desert.
Yeah.
You have to have made mistakes in order to lead me through my mistakes. Because you speak my language, because you're in my purview, because I can relate to you, not because of your strengths, but because of your failures. If we took a bow and arrow and we got ready to shoot it really far, we could only
because of your failures. That's powerful. So with him saying that, and again, man, I might perceive this or consume this totally different than you take it. You feel me? But to me, with him saying that, you damn, it's inevitable that you gonna have a struggle that you go through. It's inevitable. Tasha Smith, man, I just posted a video with Tasha Smith, and she was having a conversation with Kevin Hart, and she was saying that Kevin Hart asked her what kept her going, and she was saying that she felt like God. She said it was a scripture in the Bible. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to recite it. But she was saying that she felt like God was showing her vision in her head of her reality that was possible. You feel me? Showing her the future through her dreams and what she felt like she was desired to have and what motivated her. Her idea of success. She felt like God was showing her that, because she said something like it's a scripture in the Bible that's saying that exact thing. I forgot where I was going with it, man, but that was powerful, but I forgot where I was going with it. But TD Jakes and Wallstreet Trapper cooking today, man, for sure.
It as far as we pulled it back. The further back we pull it, the more it propels it. So those of us who are really destined to go far often go through a time and a period where we are greatly pulled back. And Moses was pulled back. He left Egypt as a runaway. He left Egypt as an escape artist trying to avoid being arrested. He spent 40 years hiding from Pharaoh. And all of a sudden he said enough. And whenever you decide it's enough, you got to change your mentality and start confronting what you were running from. Listen, let me add something too.
Man.
We excel wherever the floor is flat and the rules are clear. We excel. On the football field, the turf is flat, the rules are clear, a touchdown becomes possible. Okay? On the basketball court,
Bro, listen to this. Another bar, dog. We excelled. Meaning the black community, that's what we talking about. The brown community, that's what we talking about. We excel when it's a flat floor and the rules is clear. Bro, that's powerful. Those are facts. When it comes to the NBA, when it comes to the NFL, when it comes to damn near any sport, for real, anything, if we have a clear understanding of what it is, the rules of the game, and we comfortable putting our feet on the soil, you feel me? We don't want to be in the air or nothing like that, even though that wasn't even the point he was making, but it's just a little extra metaphor behind it. We can excel. So again, how I perceive that is this: if I have an idea a clear idea, clear vision in my brain on where I want to go to, those are the clear rules. I can excel in that because I know I know the rules. I have an understanding in my head. I'm dedicated. I'm disciplined. You feel me? I understand the rules of this game that I need to abide by to get where I want to get to. That's a bar, man.
It's flat. The rules are clear. We excel. Anywhere the floor is flat. Hip hop. The floor is flat. The rules are clear. And in art and in film and in television.
Anything.
When it comes to business, the floor has not always been flat.
Yes.
And the rules have not always been clear.
Yes.
And if they were clear, they weren't clear to us. So people like yourself and people like...
Listen, that's a fact. They wasn't clear to us because they put certain terms in there on purpose. Again, Wallstreet Trapper is important because he can speak our language when it comes to the stock market. He's making the rules clear. Even in the stock market, the rules was not clear to us because of the terms that they put in there to make it sound difficult. Another bomb.
Myself, who dug ditches and put in gas lines and fed my children by running a lawnmower and started a lawnmower service and hired people and cut grass to buy groceries to feed my kids when my gas was off and my lights were off and my car had been repossessed. I know how to get down there with you. I know how to make cornbread without milk.
Come on, huh?
You know what I'm saying? I know what it is to scratch your way up. And so when you come in a room full of people who get it, who understand what you are often ashamed of,
Yeah.
and you can, if you can see it,
Yeah.
you can be it.
That's a
But
fact.
if you can't get in a room where you can see it, and everybody around you is in despair, let me tell you how important the environment is.
Man.
The stats say that a boy raised without a father, if he lives near somebody who has a father, he is far less likely to go to jail than somebody who has never seen it. Even though it's not his father and he's not in the house, if he can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
That's
the
crazy.
soil is designed to put you in an environment where you can see it. And it's a registration, and we got a special just for your audience tonight that I'm really excited about. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. But I don't think it's a registration, really. I think it's an investment. The reason we are consumers is that we're not taught to invest. We don't invest in ourselves. We don't invest by what we read. We don't invest by who we follow. We don't invest by what we see because we need immediate gratification. So what we won't invest, but we will buy.
Bro, bars on top of bars on top of bars. Man, shout out to Wallstreet Trapper, dog. When I heard this and I seen this interview for the first time, man, I was like, dog, this might be some of the best content I done seen all year, for real, for real. And my mans was asking great questions. And shout out to TD because he was giving great answers.
I like that.
Okay.
What do you say? We won't even invest in the people that we follow. Man, this generation, man, will follow behind somebody and don't know what they got going on in their real life, what they got going on to make their money, what they got going on, just period. They won't do no digging into if this person is really what this person say they about. All they care about, man, is if you got money, man, they gonna follow your motherfucking ass. We won't do no investing because we wasn't taught that. We was taught to be the consumer. go to school and get into debt. What my man was saying. Listen, this ain't me talking. This is everything that they then said. I'm just reciting it. That's the information that I gained, even though some of this stuff I done already knew, but it was good to, you know what I'm saying, hear it again. But this is the information that I gained from just this interview. Again, man, like the video, subscribe to the boy if you're feeling the content. If you would have made it this far, check out the Tasha Smith interview because that's a great interview. And I don't think a lot of people seen that because it only got 1,000 views.
Can you hear me?
So transactional relationships. We got transactional business relationships. We got transactional situations all over our lives. And when it comes to entrepreneurship, you got to move from that way of thinking and begin to think in terms of delayed gratification. When I first started my company, TDJ's Enterprises is older than the Potter's House. When I first started my company, it was 2 years before I got paid. Because every time I got $1, I put it back into business. I put it back into hiring people. I put it back into before building the right people around you gives you the structure that prepares you for the stress.
Yeah.
If you're stressed out, you don't have the right structure. Getting more.
Bro, putting the right people behind you, the right structure gets you prepared for the stress. If you don't have the right people, the right structure around you, you won't be prepared for the stress. A bar. My man's just having a conversation and this nigga spitting bars like I can damn near pause these motherfuckers and break the bars down like I'm listening to a Kendrick Lamar rap or some shit.
Structure up under you is good people. My wife is always telling me about taking vacations. And she's right. I should take more than I do. But I tell her having a good leader is a vacation. Because if I go to Hawaii and I'm going to be sitting on the beach worried, if I go to Timbuktu and I'm going to be sitting out there trying to solve problems, I might as well just stay at home.
Yeah.
So putting people around you who can solve problems, who bring you solutions and not problems, are the kinds of people that you need to surround yourself with. Not people who add weight, people
who surround yourself around people who bring solutions and not problems. Is another real life bar. That's another real life bar. Surround yourself around people that bring solutions and not problems.
Take away weight so that you can become more profitable and then not spend all the profit, invest the profit back in the business.
Yeah.
That prepares you for the stress.
The foundation.
If you're stressed out, you don't have the right structure.
Getting
more structure up under you is good people. My wife is always telling me about taking vacations. and she's right. I should take more than I do. But I tell her having a good leader is a vacation. Because if I go to Hawaii and I'm going to be sitting on the beach worried, if I go to Timbuktu and I'm going to be sitting out there trying to solve problems, I might as well just stay at home. So putting people around you who can solve problems, who bring you solutions and not problems, are the kinds of people that you need to surround yourself with. Not people who add weight, people who take away weight so that you can become more profitable and then not spend all of the profit.
Listen, Man, listen, that can be a family member, that can be a childhood friend, that could be an associate, that could be a co-worker, anybody, any human being, damn near a child, man. It can be your own goddamn child, probably. Cause for real, ain't no unconditional love. Unconditional love only consists or only what I want to say. Unconditional love is only for children, man. So even if your kid is an adult, if that motherfucker is adding weight to you, more weight to you than solving problems or just, bro, you can get rid of that motherfucker. A kid, I mean, I don't know, man. I just think I always love my kids, so I wouldn't even probably throw that one in there. But I'm pretty sure for some people, shit, the kids is a motherfucking gotta go. Surround yourself around the right structure. The right structure will prepare you for the stress. Surround yourself around people that bring solutions to you and not problems. People that take weight off and not put weight on. Bars, bars, bars.
Invest the profit back in the business, mutual funds, real estate, duplexes, quadruplexes. There's so many things that you can do now in ownership. You can go out and get an FHA loan,
first time
5% or so down, get a
homeowner
duplex, rent out the other 3 places, let them pay you. You can stay there rent free. There's all kinds of things you can do other than complain about nobody's hearing me and nobody's helping me. But you got to have a flat floor that comes with information, and you got to have clear rules.
Yeah.
And so when the rules are clear and the floor is flat, we can hoop.
I wrote down something, Bishop, when you said
so the floor to me is a foundation. A flat floor and understanding the rules. And that's just how I take it. You might take it something different. But for me, if I can't take care of my basics, it would be hard for me to have time to learn the rules to whatever I'm trying to understand. Again, the stock market is something, bro. Man, listen. I'm getting my head beat in on this stock market stuff, but I'm not allowing the losses to stop me from learning, stop kicking me out the market. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, bro. I done heard somebody say that you got to pay your tuition, and that's just what it is. And best believe me, I'm getting better for sure. It's not all bad. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I wouldn't have, if my foundation wasn't right, if it wasn't a flat floor, I wouldn't have the time to do that, invest in that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Just would be all messed up. Again, man, Wallstreet Trapper and TD Jakes, dog, is spitting bars. I ain't gonna go through the whole interview. It's kind of long, you feel me? Y'all should check it out yourself. TD Jakes, Wallstreet Trapper, Hustle to Harvest. You feel me? I'm your boy Common Sense. Like the video, because liking the video is more important to the YouTube algorithm these days. Subscribe to the boy if you're feeling the content. I'm doing what I always do, and I'm signing off. Peace.